I will say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is CG of CG Computers and Electronics. I'm back with another video, which is a re-recording. I apologize for that. But tonight's topic, I haven't done these in a while, and that is upgrades versus a clean install. Case in point, I'm going to use myself as an example in this video presentation. Let me take these glasses off for a minute. Makes my eyes a little bit dark. Okay, now I look a little bit better. Anyway, that's another topic for another day. Blah. Yesterday, I get up and turn my computer on, and the current operating system that I'm using on my desktop is Ubuntu Linux. It was running at 14.4, which is the long-term edition. So it gave me the option to upgrade to the newest one, which is 16.04, which is the next long-term edition of its Unity interface, which is what I'm using now. So I have about 4 computers that I'm running Linux on. Actually, I have a total of 5, but it's running the old school XP. With that being said, out of those 4 machines, one was a netbook that had XU or Ubuntu or XU Ubuntu, which is a lighter weight version of Ubuntu Linux, but it uses an XFE desktop interface, and it requires maybe about 512 megs of RAM or something like that. And it also has a 64-bit version of the OS, which the netbook is running. But anyway, out of those 4 machines, I had 3 success, which included the netbook, and 1 failure. Now you want to know which machine failed? Well, my own personal desktop. You're going to ask me why. Well, the boot partition, for some reason, I don't know why Ubuntu, when you do their standard installation, they make that partition so small. So if anybody that's watching this video, can you please forward this video to the developers when they release the new long-term edition of Ubuntu, to please make the boot partition a little bit bigger than its standard size, and at least the ability, once you update the product, whatever files that are not part of the boot system need to be eliminated, some kind of script or something like that, so that we don't have to go in and resize that partition, and then if we don't resize it correctly, which happened to me, you then break your system and you then lose potential data, which happened to me. So with that being said, I thought I lost years worth of data that I've accumulated and also have created. So I was looking online for some methods to restore it. Managed to find one called Testis, which I have to do a video at some point. I had to use it. And I was able to recover. I spent a good part of yesterday and early this morning, got some rest, and I continued on to restore my data. So I had to put it on to another hard drive, which I had to format in order for it to stick on. Then the other issue I was having with is when I copy the data, certain files wouldn't copy over because for some reason it didn't have permission. So I had to make myself a full root or full admin to the machine so I can copy the data as so, and then restore it onto the new clean install of Ubuntu. And this same method applies to Windows if you have a Windows computer or if you have a Mac OS. Because sometimes when you do an upgrade on top of your OS, you don't know what kind of problems you have or what kind of errors that you don't see that don't manifest until you actually do the upgrade. And then you wonder why when you update your product, you get all sorts of goofy looking interface. You wonder why Windows don't boot up properly, why your Mac OS tends to take a long time to load when it's booting up, or if you load an application, it doesn't load, it hangs. So that's why I say, which I should have took my own advice, to do a clean install. But I didn't think nothing of it. I figured it would just be a simple upgrade, no problem. All my data and all my settings and applications will be there when it's done. In case point, it wasn't for my personal desktop. So I'm going to get into some of the pros and some of the cons of each. If you do an upgrade, uh, one of the pros is that it keeps your data, it keeps your applications, and it keeps your settings for your applications and your OS intact. If there's no underlying issues when you upgrade it, as if it fails, there's a potential that the update wasn't completed successfully. When you do restart your computer, it may not boot into your operating system correctly. If it failed, you may break your system. You may break whatever settings or kernels you had set for it. It's totally long gone. And then you have to go to the resort of a clean install, which is probably the most recommended methods in when you're upgrading, not updating, which updates the security packages, versus an upgrade where you're totally revamping, putting a new, brand new, fresh operating system onto your system to bring it up to date with the current standards and technology. So, make a long story short, I was able to restore my data. Luckily, that program worked. I had to put it onto another hard drive, and I'm currently restoring my system as we speak while I'm doing this video. So, and I always tell my clients to exercise caution when you do an upgrade because of those potential risks. It's like playing the dice game. I don't know if anybody's familiar with casino games, or if you're from the streets, you know what I'm talking about when I say shooting dice. You're hoping that you're gambling on the fact that once you update or upgrade, your operating system, you hope that everything is intact. Now there are some chances that it could fail, which it did to me. Out of my 4 machines, 1 turned back to be a failure. 3. I'm over counting here. Well, 3. We count the Ubuntu laptop, or the netbook, which was successful. So don't be an idiot like me and thinking that everything's okay. Always back up your data if you're going to do an upgrade or clean install, just so you don't lose any of your data. Now, you may have to restore your settings. Hopefully, if you copy the data files for those applications, you should be able to restore it in no time, and you should be able to preserve some of your settings in the new operating system. But before you do an upgrade, make sure that your applications that you're using are supported by the updated version of the OS or the new upgrade, because if not, you're going to have problems running into when you do the upgrade or the fresh, clean install of your OS. And it just takes a few minutes of your time just to look it up online, or if you're not sure, you can always Google it. Google is your friend. Not just for entertainment, but it can be used to help you figure things out. So, I'm not going to make this video long. I just want to let you know that if you're going to update or upgrade your operating system to the newest and the most current and up-to-date for your computer, always do a clean install. Now, you can do an update on top of your existing operating system, but there are potential risks that the new operating system may not work with your existing hardware and drivers. So that's like playing a roll game of dice. You know, you're hoping that you become a winner, or playing the lottery, but you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than winning the lottery. But anyway, or basically you have a better chance of finding a penny on the street than you would winning the lottery. So that's my tech tip for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something from it. Any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. Until then, take care and safe computing out there.